Coming off a great win last week, it's deja vu for the men's soccer team as they go into a double overtime. The Jayhawks take on UW Oshkosh, expecting another victory just like their last, but Oshkosh scores in the first with a sharp corner kick. They score again with only minutes left in the first half, bouncing off Jayhawk goalies Sean Alvarez's hands, making it 2-0. The Jayhawks step it up in the second half. Mike Pizzello drills it in the bottom left corner, making it 2-1. With only 30 seconds to spare in the game, the Jayhawks rush to put it in the back of the net. It's Pizzello again, tapping it in just to tie it up before the end of the game. The Jayhawks go into double overtime, but couldn't put up any more points.
We battled through, we persevered like we know we can, and we played lower soccer in the second half, and thankfully we came out with a tie. It would have been nice to win it in overtime, but we'll take the tie for this game.
The Jayhawk men return to the Rock Bowl this Saturday. It was home sweet home for the women's soccer team as they returned to the Rock Bowl over the weekend to take on the 4th-ranked Wheaton. Both sides battle it out in the first half, leaving the scoreless at half. But it's the Thunder who strikes first as Anna Burnage takes it from Shelby Perkins and fires it through Molly Sandfuck and goalie Hannah Wilson. Thunder up 1-0. Wilson blocks the next 10 shots to keep the Jayhawks' hopes alive. In the late effort to score, Wilson assists the offensive in the box, but plan backfires as the Jayhawks turn the ball over. Allie Witt shoots into the unprotected goal with under 20 seconds left in regulation, completing the shutout 2-0.
You know, we battled, and we came it down to the very end, and we had a chance or two at the end to tie it up, and that's all I could ask for.
The Jayhawks are back in action as we speak, taking on Platteville here at home. LCTV's Allie Coletta is live at the Rock Bowl with an update from the game. Allie?
Hey guys, it's down here, and it's getting a little chilly down here in the 37th minute of the soccer game. Jayhawks and Pioneers are still scoreless, but the opportunities have presented themselves. Our defense is keeping up really strong with the Pioneers offense, so we'll have to see how that goes. After talking to Coach Kelly earlier this week, she said that she wanted to make sure that they finish with opportunities. They want to score, but they need to make the opportunities presentable before they can score so they can come out with a win. They also want to use their depth in the bench so that they can rotate often and frequently so that they can keep their energy up in their players. So far, we are scoreless, like I said, so make sure you grab a blanket. Oh, and I think we might have just scored, actually, so it is 1-0 down here now. So make sure you head on down to see how this turns out. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Allie. And finally, let's take a trip down Highway 61 to the Quad Cities. Jayhawk football taking on Augustana. Early in the second quarter, Sam Fresco drops it to Antonio Owens, who scampers 16 yards. Augie's up 6-0 after a blocked extra point. 3-6, Augie's under the minute left in the quarter. Fresco from Kyle Frankie from 28 yards out. Augie's up 13-3. Same score 2 minutes into the third. Dylan Jones to Josh Schulte from the corner of the end zone. Sweet one-handed grab. Jayhawks down just 13-9. Late in the third, Augie's now up 27-9. Jones tosses it up again. This time, Nate Even comes down with it. Jayhawks cut the lead to 10, but midway through the fourth, Fresco adds 7 from 5 yards out, and Augie's take it 34-17. Jayhawk fans take note. Quarterback Dylan Jones left with an injury. Backup quarterback Robert Kelly came in. As for who starts the next game?
If Dylan's not ready, I'll be ready to go 100%. And if Dylan is ready, I'll still be ready to go.
The Jayhawks take a break this weekend before traveling to Cedar Rapids October 4th to open up conference play. Finally, before I send it back to the desk, let's check out this week's Do Play of the Week from the Loris football team. Second quarter, Dylan Jones drops back for the pass. John Schulte with the one-handed grab. Unfortunately, it came in a losing effort. That's all I have for sports. Back to you guys. Welcome back. Winning 5 of the last 6 games, the Loris women's soccer looks to continue their success. A rare non-conference bout hosting 12th-ranked Concordia College. First half, Riley O'Neill sets up the corner kick. Jayhawks get it towards the net, but goalie Elizabeth Bitson dives in for the stop. Cobbers on the attack. Libby Franzel, free kick, 35 yards out. Hannah Wilson stops it clean, keeps things knotted at 0. Second half, Cobbers corner. Paige McCullough sends it in. Laura Pazinski heads it towards the net. Wilson makes the key stop. Still tied. Move to the 82nd minute, Jayhawk corner. O'Neill sends it in. Christina Everding knocks it in, her first of the year. And that's all that they needed. Loris wins 1-0.
Riley kicked the ball in, Truesdale somehow chested it, and then I just power kneed it in, and that's all that happened.
The always tough Wartburg Knights come for the last regular season home game Saturday night. After a strong performance at pre-nationals, both cross-country teams laced up their sneakers for the Loras College Invitational. Junior Bree Cook led the Dewhawks, setting the pace with a 6-minute and 21-second mile, finishing third with a total time of 23:43. Sophomore Lindsay Giddle finished sixth, just over a minute behind Cook. With 7 Dewhawks in the top 20, Loras took first place with 39 points. Now turning it over to the men, the Dewhawks placed second through 9th to bring home the first place with 15 points. Ty Whitman and Rob Howe paced the Dewhawks, finishing in under 26 minutes. Both teams will prepare for the Iowa Conference Championships on November 1st in Indianola. A tough weekend for the Dubuque Fighting Saints as they took on the Youngstown Phantoms at Mystique. Right here, it was all Youngstown as Kyle Connor gets a breakaway and flips the puck to the back of the net. Saints down 1-0. 18 seconds later, Connor breaks free again and this man past Reich. Saints down 2-0. 2 minutes later, it's Tommy Perrin who flips the puck past Reich, knocking him out of the game, giving the Phantoms a 3-0 lead. Saints goalie Jacob Nahama keeps the game in reach until Vaskalias slaps this one-timer. Phantoms up 4-0. Nahama gives up 2 more goals and the Saints fall to the Phantoms 6-0.
We're going to be okay. We're going to come back and have a good week of practice. Come hard. We know we got away from our systems tonight. Underestimated our opponent a little bit, so we're going to be a lot better.
The Saints return to the Mystique Ice Arena this Saturday night for Pink the Rink Night in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Game time is 7:05. It's on the road again as the Dewhawk football team travels to Pella to take on the Dutch. Coming off a 1-4 record, the Dewhawks look to change their losing streak. Central gets the ball first and strikes quickly. Dutch up 7-0. The Dewhawks make a stomping effort to stop the Dutch offense, but it's too much as they continue to march forward. Central up 24-0 at the half. Loras comes out of the locker room looking strong, looking to get back in it as they march down the field, but come up short. They don't give up though, as number 5, Dave Perkle, intercepts the ball and almost takes it to the house. Then it's Kelly to Danny Willis, who finishes off the drive, scoring the Dewhawks their first points of the game, 24-7. Later in the half, Bob Kelly makes a great pass to Nolan Davis, but it's not enough. The Dewhawks fall 41-14 and are now 1-5 on the season. And finally, it's this week's Do Play of the Week. Let's head on back to Pella. Loras' Bob Kelly with the pass to Nolan Davis. Look at that teamwork. He hauls it in for the touchdown. The football team now travels to Indianola this week to take on the Simpson Storm. And that's all we have in sports. Back to you, Allison and Michaela. Hello and welcome to the Take 5 webcast. I'm Caroline Foglton. Another presidential candidate made a stop at Loras College this past week. Governor of Maryland and Democratic candidate Martin O'Malley stopped by the pub Tuesday, November 17th, to speak about his stance. O'Malley expressed that he is a thoroughbred Democrat. He plans to cut the unemployment rate among young people in half within 3 years. O'Malley looks to reform the criminal justice system to save and redeem lives. He is currently polling at 4.5% in the Iowa caucus. After the controversy that happened in the University of Missouri, Loras College decided to open up conversation on campus. Monday, during Common Time, Do Talk was held to discuss issues surrounding race, ethnicity, representation, and equality in higher education. The format of the event was open, giving everyone in attendance the comfortability to speak their minds. Some of the conversation included a question of how can Loras make sure all races and ethnicities feel like they are welcomed and appreciated on campus. Although it may be months away for some, study abroad can bring up some big questions. Monday night, the Center for Experiential Learning held a panel to kickstart International Education Week. The open forum made it easier for people to ask questions and learn more about other students' experience in another country. This gave the potential study abroad students an idea of what they could expect when leaving America.
So it's really cool moving from Iowa.
Loras College students gathered together to dig into their creative side. Friday, the pub was packed for Pottery Night, hosted by Cab. They painted coasters with a variety of colors to choose from. Cab was delighted to see the original designs created. While some came to bust out their intuitive side, others came to socialize.
I love being able to meet new people and hang out with my pals.
Many students went with a Loras theme or just took the opportunity to make early Christmas gifts for loved ones. Throughout the last 10 years, College Activities Board has been holding Springfest. Springfest is held in May before the students leave for the summer. Each year, Cab brings a musical artist to hold a concert on a Friday night. Last year, the Eli Young Band performed, and the year before that was Justin Lynch. Tonight, Cab will release the band name for Springfest 2016. Join me tomorrow morning to find out who they are. That's all I have for this Take 5 webcast. Be sure to check back with me tomorrow when I reveal the 2016 Springfest artist. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook at Loras College Television and follow us on Twitter at LCTV_news. Have a great day.
We are really just kind of on the opening edge of it arriving here in Dubuque.
This drug has been hidden for the last 3 years, but
the stuff you think you're getting may not be the stuff you're getting, and it could be very, potentially fatal.
heroin in Dubuque, it's our top story tonight on LCTV News.
Good evening. The recent rise in heroin overdoses in Dubuque has people concerned.
I sat down with the Dubuque Police Department and Helping Services to see the impact it's having on our city.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a bad situation.
Vicki Allendorf, she is a gal who is the biggest anti-heroin advocate I know.
4 years ago, Vicki made a Facebook page titled I Hate Heroin because she is the mom of sons who have an addiction.
They really wanted to help other people. They wanted to get well so they could help other people.
But sometimes being an advocate isn't enough.
On April 9th, she lost 2 of her 3 sons to heroin. That the boys did ingest heroin that day.
Zachary and Terry McPoland are just 2 people that add to the growing statistic of those losing their lives to this epidemic.
We've had 12 overdoses in Dubuque from January through April 12th.
There seems to be a very significant increase here in the last few years.
This is why Sue and others are increasing their involvement to stop the use of heroin.
You can text the word heroin, HEROIN, to 51555, and we will get your text. We'll send you back a form asking for your name and contact information, and we'll keep you up to date.
A couple initiatives that are ongoing right now. First of all, the Drug Task Force and our investigators are aggressively pursuing the heroin dealers. They've arrested several already.
Even with the toughest of circumstances, any contribution helps the cause.
And I believe Vicki wants to continue that legacy and wants to do it in their honor and try to save the next one.
If you're interested in learning more, there is an underage and high-risk drinking event going on tonight at 7 at Clark University.
The investigation surrounding the April 13th cross burnings is still underway, and the Dubuque Police Department is reaching out to the public for help. After 2 poorly constructed crosses were found burned at the corner of 22nd and Washington, the incident has since been deemed a hate crime. Native Dubuquers can't help but admit this instance reopens the wounds inflicted by similar crimes enacted back in the early 90s. Lieutenant Baxter is confident that this one event will not define Dubuque as a community.
I think we're better prepared to deal with it. Not that a community should ever have to or be prepared, but we're still optimistic that we'll bring closure to this case and that it won't be anything like it was 25 years ago, not to that scale.
The public is strongly urged to contact Dubuque Police with any leads or information they may have.
We can't do this alone. We can't solve this alone.
Are you ready to run? A new charity in the Dubuque area has residents sprinting up to help. The Dubuque Diabetes Dash is an annual event held at the Dubuque County Fairgrounds to raise money for juveniles suffering from type 1 diabetes. All funds raised are contributed to helping the diabetic youth, including helping to pay their admission to Camp Herco Hollow, a camp dedicated to serving diabetics.
It is a very tough thing to deal with, and I'll deal with it all of my life. But having so many people come and support it has made it so much easier.
About 200 people attended the 5K walk run. The party ended with a musical group, a silent auction, and a kids zone complete with a bouncy house. Sponsors from the community joined individual donors in providing their support. Local treasure hunters searched for more than just a good time recently at the lower Bee Branch Creek. Dubuque Leisure Services organized Cash In, Trash Out event to help for people all over the ages to have fun while doing service.
Essentially, a geocache is a container of some sort that has a logbook in it, and you sign it and date it when you find it. If you go to a place that you geocache, it's nice to be a good steward of the environment and clean up after other people and yourself. And so the idea is, as you cache into the park, you carry trash out.
After about an hour of cleanup, local treasure hunters enjoyed searching for hidden geocaches around Dubuque.
And now it's time to recap the trivia question and give away some Happy Joe's trivia.
Before the break, we asked which famous singer passed away this past week. Was it A, Steven Tyler, B, Madonna, or C, Prince?
And the answer is C, Prince. That makes Haley Frederick our lucky winner. Congratulations, Haley, and thanks to everyone who played.
And that's all the time we have for tonight. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Loras College Television.
And follow us on Twitter at LCTV_news. Sports Zone is back next week with the latest and greatest in Duhawk athletics.
Teaming up with our sports team, LCTV will be back in 2 weeks live in the ACC ballrooms for our final show of the semester. Until then, thanks for watching and have a great night.